Hello. So my paper talks about electrical domain compensation of optical dispersion. This term paper basically talks about the limitations that are caused by the dispersion losses for long range optical communication. Optical communication dispersion compensation methods helped a lot for long range communication, but the current optical methods are not cost efficient. Great effort has been expended lately on low cost dispersion alternatives for long range as well as high data rate transmission. And from the and we got to know that electronic means offer cost efficient solutions and can be an alternative for optical methods. In this paper, they take us through the advantages and disadvantages of both optical and electrical means for optical dispersion compensation, although it supports electrical means for various reasons, which we will discuss further. And the basic method they have implemented was backing up the electrical means, an electrical method. This talks about IMDD and IMDD optical communication methods and coherent optical communication methods uh, and their future. There were few terms throughout the term paper which were new or not well known to me, and those made me understanding of this. Those made the understanding of term paper time taking. So I have attached a dictionary slide to each slide, getting the meaning of it. So, for nearly a decade, increase in the capacity of commercial optical transmission systems have been predicted on advances in optical amplification and wavelength division multiplexing. Because of wavelength division multiplexing, IMDD has become more popular, replacing coherent optical communication and optical dispersion compensations, which we are going to discuss in this paper. So, as we discussed, after considerable research, uh, electrical methods have much less dynamic range but offer low first install cost and adaptive dispersion compensation compared to optical compensation. And electrical equalization is typically applied after detection, which means converting the optical signals to the electrical signals, and often combines linear equalization and decision feedback, where linear equalization is basically removing the errors of the signal without without increasing the noise, and decision feedback is a method where the output symbols are fed to the linear equalizer, which subtracts the output noise from the input so that the overall noise gets reduced. So, as we know, dispersion is a linear operator on the optical electric field, and as a consequence, its direct effects can be removed by linear filtering proportional to the complex electric field. Whereas linear filtering and linear impairments are the impairments that cause the optical communication uh, that distorts the optical communication in a linear fashion, whereas nonlinear impairments are basically which add nonlinear distortions to the channels. And so the present day commercial optical transmissions are based on intensity modulated direct detection, whereas intensity modulated direct detection is basically a semiconductor lasers modulate the intensity and carry the information, and optical signal is detected directly by photodiode. Because of IMDD, there is a square function that is getting added into the channel, making it highly nonlinear and much less susceptible to linear equalization remedies. Although there are few nonlinear equalization methods that can be used to significantly increase the efficacy of electrical dispersion equalization. These rely on post-detection analog to digital conversion and digital signal processing. Uh, Coherent reception. As we have discussed, coherent reception is an optical communication method which which is in which electrical signal is proportional to the optical electric field, uh, which is not like IMDD. So in this, it is easier to implement electrical domain dispersion compensators. Because of this predisposition to low-cost electrical equalization, it is probable that coherent detection will eventually re-emerge as viable commercial optical transmission solution. The challenge with this technology is to develop a low-cost receiver. Basically, in coherent detection, in contrast to IMDD, transmitted signal using homodyne or heterodyne detection schemes. It not only transmits information by modulating the intensity of the optical carrier, but also the phase or the polarization. So why is the electrical method better than the optical? This is because it reduces the first install cost by elimination of optical compensators and supporting amplifiers. Simplification of deployment and reconfiguration. uh, Simplification of deployment. This is because it is easily accessible and can be deployed easily, and as it is adaptable, it can be reconfigured the channel. As it is adaptable, it is easy to reconfigure it. And as electrical methods easily filter out linear impairments, this would be helpful. So, as we discussed, the range that optical dispersion compensators give is uh, much greater than the electrical methods. But from this term paper, we realized that there is an electrical equalization scheme which compensates for arbitrary amounts of dispersion and other linear Chaler effects in direct detection systems. The method is enabled by electric field modulation rather than intensity as done in the previous communication methods. A 20 giga samples per second digital to analog converter and digital signal processing. And this implementation of digital signal processing is the reason why this was taken up as a reference in the next gen optical communication roadmap. Okay, coming to the method, uh, they are using a dual drive triple Mach Zehnder configured electric field modulator. uh, Mach Zehnder configuration, uh, this particular terminology, I couldn't find any information on this particular terminology, but Mach Zehnder interferometer is a device which basically splits the source signal and gives it to two detect. Like this can be helpful to find out the relative phase, um, and when this basically takes up signals, giving a equal phase difference at this ends without the sample, and if a sample is inserted, the sample gives out a this sample gives a phase shifting, which in turn giving two signals with different phases. And when these two signals are combined, we can actually develop amplitude modulator ranging from constructive interference to destructive interference. And so, so probably in-phase and quadrature fields are modulated this way by two inner Mach Zehnders. At quadrature phase is controlled with a slow phase adjuster. Uh, uh, Iron gate resources on what flow phase adjuster is, but probably this is used to adjust the phase of the quadrature phase. Um, so far, we have discussed that linear filtering of complex values is most conveniently performed digitally. So, for example, the impulse response needed to pre-compensate 3000 kilometers of NDSF is shown in the figure. Here, NDSF is basically non-zero dispersion shifted fiber, where it has a dispersion range from a minus a negative integer to the same positive integer, which overall uh, makes a zero dispersion, which overall makes a zero dispersion together. And we can see that in this figure where there are two different parts of the waves that eventually goes from zero dispersion, the high, and again coming to the low. And so how is this performed and the circuitry? A pair of digital amplifiers are used to convert the digital values to the analog, and uh, these are basically implemented in a BiCMOS semiconductor. This basically is a semiconductor technology, and the digital filter and digital amplifier are integrated together in the silicon chip. The test has been done on electrical domain compensation for optical dispersion at 10 dB per second in a recirculating loop over distance of 3,840 kilometers on NDSF using a DPSK transmission format. Whereas a DPSK transmission format is basically a phase modulation used to transmit data by altering the carrier waves phase. So in this in this thing, what we have to observe is there are no dispersion compensating modulators throughout the fiber loop, unlike optical dispersion methods. So this, yeah, and we can see the results where the OSNR versus fiber distance is given, and the OSNR units are in dB. It has a range of around 4,000 kilometers with around 9.5 dB of OSNR. So, and coming to the final circuit path, uh, this is the uh, application specific IC, which can be which transmits the laser, and this passes through our electro-optic modulator and sending it to the loop. The thing is that there are no DCMs in the line, and this is received at the receiver end using DPSK format, and then passed to the clock data recovery and demerge. This basically takes up the time data and converts it into the serial data, displaying it with displaying it to the bit error ratio tester. We can see that the eye is open with processing, and without processing there is a lot of noise and not clear distinction. So as far we have discussed the linear filtering methods, but what if we have these methods cannot mitigate nonlinear phenomena like SPM? Indeed, a large amount of optical dispersion could aggravate the effect of SPM. So a nonlinear processing stage within the silicon chip enables sustainable correction of these effects. And so we have plotted the required OSNR versus dispersion for the present method along with examples of post-detection equalization methods. Results are shown in the figure. So here what we can see is Uh, this has a very low OSNR, which is very good, whereas the maximum likelihood sequence estimators equalizers with 5-bit and 3-bit efficiency have OSNR like very less range compared to our method. So coming to the conclusion, linear and nonlinear electrical compensation of received optical power has allowed the compensation of optical dispersion on the order of 2500 picoseconds per nanometer. Okay. It will be very challenging to increase this by a factor of 10. Linear electrical precompensation has been implemented with a range of plus or minus 60,000 picoseconds per nanometer. The implementation complexity grows linearly with dispersion, and so it is anticipated that this can be extended to compensate arbitrary amounts of dispersion. Linear precompensation can be combined with nonlinear predistortion to address optical linearities, as we have seen. These methods have complexities out of the optical line and into less expensive silicon, reducing the initial cost and the complexity for installation. Thank you.